Maybe I've just been talking through the idea of weaponized therapy speak with you because I'm hearing a lot of examples from the woman you just started dating. Or maybe I'm not really your therapist and you're just here to get my take on these next nice guys and nice girls. I explained a little bit about the idea of nice guys or nice girls, so go watch that last video if you're confused, otherwise I'm gonna jump right in. I almost became a baby reindeer. I have not watched Baby Reindeer, but I am familiar with the case it's based on. It's fascinating. I'm gonna read OP's story first and then get into the texts. I moved to a small town in rural Colorado about 6 months ago and decided to try to get myself out there and make new friends and meet new people. One day I had a like on Hinge from a girl I wasn't attracted to, but saw it as a potential for friendship, as she played some PC games that I played and seemed pretty chill. That is so funny to me. It kind of seems really wholesome and sweet, and at the same time, from the impression I've gathered, dating app users are not really looking for friends. I think it sounds like it would be nice to use dating apps that way, but as I've said before, I have no firsthand dating app experience. All of my knowledge on it is basically clinical or things I've heard from friends. The first few times we met up, I couldn't have been any more clear about only seeing a platonic friendship with her, and she seemed to receive it well, so I proceeded to try to be friends with her. That does seem like a really good sign. Again, I think that a lot of people would be confused by somebody on a dating app meeting up with them and then trying to form a relationship that is 100% platonic, but it sounds like OP had good intentions and did their best to communicate. Fast forward to last night. After knowing this person for about 6 weeks, she gets back from a trip that I watched her cats for free during when I picked her up from the airport, and she was in an absolutely foul, woe is me kind of mood because the people she was seeing on this trip were allegedly rude to her. She basically begged me to see my dogs, which at this point I was already getting ready to tell her that she's being overly needy too often. But I felt badly for her in the moment and obliged. She proceeded to get sort of handsy with me at my house and offered to do anything to thank me for watching her cats. You know, another thing that can further complicate this is how easy it is for a lot of people to confuse intimacy and closeness with like romantic interests. And if this is a girl who maybe doesn't have a lot of experience or a lot of like understanding of those kind of dynamics, maybe she's not understanding. I told her I was uncomfortable with that and left the room, and told her I was gonna start the car to bring her home. She was clearly embarrassed that I ignored her advance, but offered to buy me and my roommate tacos because I watched her cats. So I agreed to meet her at the taco spot later that evening. I know based on the title and the sub we're in that it's not gonna end there, but that would be a great place to call it quits. I'm getting such a full body cringe just imagining that type of rejection, but then again, that's why I would never make a move on someone I didn't know was interested. Upon arrival, she was mopey and on her phone basically the whole time texting someone, and just overall not very engaged. I think it's because she knew we liked the waitress at the restaurant and talk about her regularly, because the waitress is a great server and really funny and hardworking. So I decided to test my theory slightly by offering our regular bartender slash server a shot, just simply because. I was not flirtatious, nor did I ever make it about anything other than getting her a shot just because she's good at her job. PC Master Race Girl absolutely lost her fucking marbles and stormed out, didn't buy our food, and drove home after just moments prior begging my roommate to drive her car home for her because she was drunk. The following messages are what proceeded to come through over the course of the next hour. I replied the following morning at noon after she didn't say shit, and it was instantly read but clearly not processed. I probably gave her more than I owed her with that reply, but I felt she really needed to hear it. What a nice girl. That is so funny to me. I wish this story included ages because it does feel comically immature to be like testing the girl by sending the waitress a shot. If she's being weird and possessive, why not stop hanging out with her? I'm not saying OP's necessarily in the wrong for that. It just strikes me as really funny. All right, let's get into these texts. Have a good night. Not gonna cock block you. Low-key, I didn't go out tonight to watch you flirt with the waitress you are obsessed with. You keep choosing toxic, and this is why you keep getting toxic women. I didn't need to go out tonight to watch you flirt with women. I was there to hang with you guys. And the fact that you didn't even bother coming after me and wondering what was wrong speaks volumes as well. Mark was the only one who came out. It's just frustrating, dude. Like, we are there to chill and hang, and it cracks me up that you say I am not your type, but yet you with the Latina who is literally my size. thanks for a great night. If you're running away or storming out with the expectation that somebody's gonna come after you, that is manipulative. Sending a text like this is such a glaring red flag for that kind of behavior. The fact that you didn't even bother coming after me speaks volumes. The fact that you're running away and then expecting OP to chase you actually speaks volumes. I don't understand exactly what this girl was trying to say about the Latina. What I'm getting from that is she has some kind of assumption that the reason that you're not interested in her is because of her size. And she's like, but you are attracted to this other woman who's my size. I don't know if that's the waitress or somebody else. I'm gonna assume that OP didn't say to this girl that he wasn't attracted to her because of her size, in which case this is just something she made up in her head. So, you can't get frustrated when the rules that you made up to explain someone else's behavior aren't being followed. Like, just go f her at this rate, man. I wasn't there to watch you buy her a shot while on the clock. I was there with you and Mark. And honestly, she sucks up to you guys because you are men buying her drinks, and then your female friend is sitting there uncomfortable. Like, dude, I don't think somebody who's just a female friend would be uncomfortable with their male friend buying the waitress a shot. What would you be uncomfortable about? If you find yourself jealous when your friend interacts with other people that they might be attracted to, you probably need to do some introspection and maybe really consider the way you're conceptualizing those kind of relationships. Like, just f her. But you do you, dude. Just frustrating as hell. Just want a night to hang and decompress. I have slept an hour and traveling all day. The least you could have done was just not flirted with her, but you were so adamant about buying her a drink when she isn't even our waiter. That was like the thing I needed tonight, man. Like, I already have been dealing with enough, and then you just flirting with a chick when I was just trying to enjoy our night with friends was just annoying. Wasn't even on my phone and trying to enjoy time with you. It's so funny that her argument is like built on this idea that it's just disrespectful to flirt with someone else around your friends. Okay, so we reply, I was literally just being friendly to the waitress last night. She's a hardworking single mom from an immigrant family who happens to be me and Mark's favorite server because she's good at her job. The level of crass, assuming, accusatory language that came my way last night after simply trying to enjoy myself is just disheartening, to say the least. I've never led you on to believe that we are anything more than friends. You have even gone as far as to call me and Mark your brothers. So what, you want to bang your brother? I'm freaked out by that response last night. Even if I was flirting with her, which I wasn't, you should have been supportive of your friend. I would have 1000% wingmaned for you if you were to engage with someone while we're out, because that is what friends do. I did not deserve to be harassed for that. And at this point, I have identified a pattern I'm not interested in being a part of anymore, as I don't believe you are capable of being my friend at this time. I strongly, and I cannot say this enough, strongly recommend you do some self-care and to work on your insecurities and how you project them onto others when in public. I truly believe a good therapist that you can be honest with would help you immensely. Last night was about as uncomfortable and unwarranted as it possibly could have been. Please reflect on what you said to me. And ask yourself, if the roles were reversed, what would you do? I have my own battles and struggles in life that you know very little about, because every time we hang out, you have a new problem of the day and expect me to be your free therapist about it. Couple that with the sudden expectation that I need to behave myself around you and not talk to women freely, and it looks as crazy as it sounds. And she just says, have a good one, OP. That was such a mature expression of everything wrong with this relationship. And it does sound like he has really communicated that he is only looking for friendship. That's honestly such a green flag that he's still interested in her as a person, even though he's not attracted to her. And it sounds like she just did not want to believe that. Might be going against the grain here, but I actually appreciate that you fully spelled out your frustrations. They're completely valid and you were being respectful about it. She might not have processed it right away, but hopefully sometime down the line she can look back at this and realize how unreasonable she was being. Good on you. OP said, thank you, brother. Your maturity is showing. And this commenter said, haha, thanks. I just think people need to be told where they went wrong. We can't always ghost them. I think they're both right. I think this kind of clear communication where you're being completely respectful lets you leave your conscience clear if you're exiting a relationship. Take it from someone older. The first sign of maturity is to not engage at all with people who want more than friendship if you aren't ready or interested. 99% of the time, the hangouts and BFF stuff are just a decoy for them biding their time in hopes that you will change your mind. Anything you do or say will be misconstrued, misinterpreted, and just become a big pain in the ass. Look at this girl and her way of demanding attention and for you to check your behavior with other women around her, like she's your girlfriend or something. She clearly saw a blind spot in your demeanor and thought she was entitled to that. Don't ever give the most remote impression that you'd ever be equivocal about anything of the sort. Cut this person off immediately. They aren't your friend. They sound extremely immature and entitled and completely lacking social awareness. Do you want to be friends with someone like that? I kind of get what this person is saying. We don't know enough about the relationship OP had with this girl beforehand. Like, I wonder how much she was presenting it that she was okay with a platonic relationship. He said she was referring to him as her brother. Usually that's a good sign that somebody does feel platonically. Like OP said, so what? You're saying you want to bang your brother? People keep saying that you should have left her on red, but you should have a chance to say your piece if you want to. I thought your reply was perfect. OP said, appreciate the support. I wanted to make it abundantly clear I was outie 5000 and provide why, so there wouldn't be any opportunities for back and forth. So what, you want to bang your brother? Killed me. Good job sticking up for yourself, OP. How much rejection can this girl take? What is she even still doing there? Nice guy. I can get 100 women or more if I want to. And we've got a Facebook status. Women going for high men that they don't qualify for. High men, that is my type. I think he meant like high value or high level. Results in them getting pumped and dumped, resulting in becoming Are the high men also Sadly, that's the only men they want, and they don't care about consequences. They don't want the good man. Trust me, I'm helping you. I can get 100 women or more if I want to. It will be easy for a man like me. Instead, I tell everyone the Bible order and God's kingdom. Change before it's too late. Restore the family. To me, it sounds like this guy is just so angry he can't find anyone who wants to be his wife. Okay, so he's a Christian. That's why he doesn't sleep around with all these women. Let's be honest, a guy like this is just lying out of his ass. That's definitely a bad way of saying he's a Christian because he's using religion as the only thing holding him back. Humans have a conscious decision and can choose whether to sleep with tons of people or not. Religion isn't supposed to be a crutch, dude. I feel like for this guy, religion is kind of his, like, she goes to another school excuse. I would be drowning in if I wasn't such a good man. Nice girl wants to know my body count. She says, how are you? We say, I'm all right, you? What's your body count? There is no other context for this conversation, so I don't know if these are some of their first messages. We say, that's a personal question that I won't answer. I don't think of my partners as numbers. You're scared to be judged, OMG. Who broke you? I can't fix you though, but still. Or you lost count. Or you don't have a lot. Nothing in between. Mace Bon, I hope that I made you uncomfortable. And it looks like OP cut off some of their replies. But we say, see ya. And she says, and stop acting like a on her period. Man up. Ha ha ha, are you mirroring? A man should not have attitude, you know. No, I have self-respect. I will get back at you for having no manners or decency. Good luck with that. Is that what that is? I'm just imagining she's reiterating her sighs of frustration. It's a shame that you think so little of women that your worst insult to me is being you. Talk about self-hating feminism, There's a lot going on in these messages already, but just to fling out you're acting like a woman, I don't see her recovering from your worst insult to me is being you. I know I wouldn't. Who the hell starts a conversation like that? I just sat down? Same. I have a low, generally socially acceptable body count. God, I hate that phrase. But the audacity of someone asking this as a first question would have me instantly blocking. Honestly though, anyone who unironically uses that term would be an instant block from me, unless I felt like messing with them. Hi there, I'm Sally. How many people have you had sexual intercourse with? That sounds absurd. People think that's a normal way to start a conversation. This is crazy work from her straight out of the gate. I don't think of my partners as numbers was very classy of you, and a good way to answer that question respectfully. Shame she's got too much internalized misogyny to appreciate it. Yeah, that was a lot of internalized misogyny in 13 texts. I also like how she says, your body count either feels too low or too high, and there's no in between. Yeah, because you just covered most of the bases since that's so subjective. They call good men incels, lol. No wonder we don't approach or date or marry you. Okay, this one's a doozy. He says, hey. Hi. I get his post a little because women always go for black guys now. These last couple of conversations are just jumping right in. I get his post a little because like women always go for black guys now. I've had the last couple of girls, some of them chose my black friends over me. Not all of them, but like 4 of the 6 of them. Have you considered that your black friends might just be better people than you? We say, might be the area you're in, TBH. Probably. I'm in New York. Like, are big d really that desirable? This guy is losing sleep thinking about big black d. It's not about big d. Usually, when women find an ethnic group that works better for them, they stick to that group. For me, it's Latinos. Okay, I think that's a really random claim. I wish us white guys got more love with like the baby girl emoji. White guys don't get more love because most of them treat women like shit and then blame women for how they respond to it. I'm not saying you would, but it's a common problem. Girl, what are you doing? You're not gonna be able to explain the complexity of intersectional race and gender experiences to this guy who's opening his conversation with you, telling you that he lost all his women to big black dick. He just says, I don't know about that. She says, I do. If you want to get anywhere with women, you should listen to what they're saying. There is a reason it's being said. And he says, no, lol. Women lie and manipulate and say one thing but want another. Notice how all the women who have boyfriends and husbands are complaining that their men are toxic and they can't get over them. But the nice guys are ghosted and left on red or friend zoned. I think you're going off your own experience, where he is, of course, going off of stringent academic research. Women say it too. They like bad boys because nice men are boring. Feminism is the problem. It killed marriage and relationships and loyalty. Damn, if you cannot keep a woman in your life unless she is physically forced and trapped into being there, just say that. No, we don't. If that's your experience, you need to pick better. I'm with a great guy, but rule of thumb, if you have to say you're a nice guy, you probably aren't a nice guy. Also, being nice to women is not your get free card. Being nice is the bare minimum. People have all kinds of different things they're attracted to, not just nice, although there is a strong desire and attraction to people who are actually nice. But you might want someone who's nice and funny and likes to spend time outdoors, whatever makes them particularly attractive to you. But if you ever find yourself absolutely crashing out about how much you hate women, moments into talking to a woman, you probably aren't that nice. Woman cheating is at an all-time high, and so is divorce. That's just an excuse to fuck assholes women use. Then other women avoid nice guys because of it and think they're losers, incels, simps, etc. This reminds me of how, like, with most cults, it's hard to get out of the cult when the cult has reinforced time and time again, other people are gonna say all this stuff about our cult and they're just trying to manipulate you. So stick to these beliefs that we're gonna reiterate over and over and over and over. I don't know if cult is like the right word. I feel like we need something else to describe it when this happens in the context of the internet, but I think that's kind of what's happening on like these incel boards, which are some corners of the internet I think this guy is either already in or like at the edge of joining, because this reads like maybe somebody who is consuming all of their content on a different social media platform. No, yet again, it's not. Take your incel behavior and walk away. Why do you think smut books are women's biggest sellers with books? TikTok, shock value, processing violence against women through fantasy. See, that's your only reply. You have no argument here. Then you call good men incels, lol. No wonder we don't approach or date or want to marry you. I'm pretty sure OP is in a long-term relationship or married. So girl, what are you even putting yourself through? Never feel obligated to do this kind of community service. It's not, but if I have to say anything else, I'm going to get mean. That's why birth rates continue to decline and marriage rates. Say it. You'll just prove my point. Leave my size out of it though. You got ugly women thinking they're all 10s. 69% of men are single ages 18 to 25. That's 70% basically. I like that he took a moment to round that statistic for us. Women are the problem. They date up and can't keep Chad or Tyrone and complain good men are bad. They date up. So every time this guy sees a man and woman together, he thinks, fuck, that guy looks good. Maybe you should explore that, buddy. There might be another reason you're so frustrated with women. I'm with an amazing guy and I'm getting married. I don't cheat or fuck assholes. The assholes I fucked in the past presented as nice guys. I didn't go for looks or money or toxic behavior. I still got abused. I made my current work for it. I don't know what she means by that. See, the problem with you douchebags is you think that kindness makes you entitled to a woman. It doesn't. Half the battle is learning to listen and do better. The other half is developing a personality beyond, I'm a nice guy, please suck my dick. Like, stop that all men are bad, but you'll leave hundreds of good men on red and fuck assholes endlessly. Who is this guy talking to? It's funny how women are a monolith, but men aren't in this guy's worldview, although it does sound like men are just broken down into either nice guys or assholes. Then whine when they cheat or beat you or leave you for another girl. It's BS. See, you prove my point. You ignored red flags to fuck assholes. You knew. All women know. He's like just so rage thumbed he's not even seeing his own red flags of verbally abusing this woman on behalf of all women. They use the same BS excuse that men pretended to be nice, but you apparently fell for the same trick every time, right? Now you settle with a good man after fucking all those assholes. Wonder how long it'll be before you cheat or get bored and leave his ass. There weren't red flags until after we started dating. Single mothers is at an all-time high too. Yeah, sure, I'm done with this. That was so disturbing to read, but at least we can rest assured that a guy like this will reveal his true colors if given like 5 minutes to start texting someone. My favorite part is how you repeatedly mentioned that you have a good boyfriend and he just kept being like, see, you date assholes and wonder why you can't find a good man. OP said literally, like, bro, read. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you like can't comprehend new information when you're in such a rage, especially when this worldview has been reinforced, and it's just like any group that makes a scapegoat. It'll just get triggered randomly and inappropriately. Not gonna lie, you kind of lost me at most women find an ethnic group they like and stick with it. Bruh, what? Yeah, bruh, what? I think you're going off your own experience, as if that's not the most valid basis to form an opinion from, particularly when reliably replicated in your own lived experiences ever after. OP said that actually made me fucking snort after he said that. Why girls won't date me? Try being a decent person with a good personality. Also, listen when they tell you what they want. No way, girls are evil, manipulative who only care about size. My fucking god, how stupid can you get? Where are these guys hearing that it's women doing all the cheating? Not saying that it doesn't happen, but I've known more men who cheat for sure. Yeah, I don't know if there's a gender bias about who's more likely to cheat, but what I do know is anybody could cheat. LMAO, it's worse than that. He went from women are all cheaters and men don't, paraphrased in reading the implications, to women only go for guys who cheat on them and ghost nice guys. He can't even pick a lane. My husband and I are celebrating 20 years in May. One thing I've never said about him is that he's a nice guy, but I will shout from the rooftops that he's a good man. The difference is that he sees me as a human, an equal partner, and he values and lives in kindness, integrity, empathy, and compassion without the expectation of reward for it. Anyone who thinks they deserve a partner because they are just oh so great really hasn't developed the understanding that being a good human is the bare minimum, and romantic relationships aren't participation trophies. Ooh, very well said. It's amazing when these dudes will go, not all men, and then proceed to go off about why it's all women and they're all the same. You should listen to women. No, this took me all the way out. I literally blocked them because they told me they were in a relationship. I was friends with this girl for less than a month on Discord and TikTok. When she told me that she was in a committed relationship, I blocked her because I thought it was weird we were flirting and I didn't want to be in that nonsense. She never mentioned she was in a relationship either. Yeah, that's concerning, and good for OP for just blocking her. It sounds like she either was gearing up to cheat or just wanted to use this OP to like boost her ego, which is actually not cool to do. Then she calls me a creepy weirdo in an exposed TikTok video and leaks our DMs telling people to watch out for me. For nothing burger reasons, I've never heard that phrase before, he suggested to me to not dye my hair, makes alt accounts warning people about me, and comments more insane stuff. Some women are legit crazy. I never talked to her again after I blocked her, by the way, because I could tell she was not right. All right, now listen here, fucko. The reason why you get no bitches and probably never will is because you continue to be a pathetic piece of shit. I can probably bet good money that you have mommy and or daddy issues. Is that just because most of us do? And I can probably make you cry about it too if I tried hard enough. Cause honestly, this is just pathetic. Good fucking day. And I hope to whatever in the ever loving that you can get your fucking shit together, because I cannot imagine you surviving an actual conversation, much less one with actual consequences for your words and actions. This is literally why women hate you. Read, you illiterate read what I sent. That was unsettling. All right, now listen here, go. New work email starter. I hope this finds you well. This message is so funny if you read it in Danny DeVito's voice. All right, now listen here, fucko. I think blocking was absolutely the thing to do. And then I second my vote for that by the example where she is all, read my message now. Not gonna lie, that made me laugh. She sucks, but that was a good one. It reminds me of a child having a tantrum. This almost sounds like a criminal offense on her side. If she publicly warns people about you, that sounds like damaging your reputation with lies, I assume. So maybe time for a restraining order? Beware this guy. He'll find out you're in a committed relationship and he'll stop flirting back with you and block you so you can't keep flirting with him. All right, this one is titled, She Probably Stopped Talking to You Because You Made a Huge Assumption About Her. And we've got this Facebook post. You know what is really fucked up? Let me tell you a story. I was recently talking to a woman who was coming out of an relationship. We talked for a little bit and she said, oh my God, I have never had a man treat me as nice as you have. Instantly, I said, damn it. She giggled and said, what? I said, damn it, I'm going in the friend zone. She vehemently denied it. A couple days later, she tells me she doesn't want to talk anymore, and she hasn't. I was right. You're a nice guy is a dagger straight in a man's heart, ladies. Why do you complain about no nice guys, want a nice guy, I wish nice guys liked me, and then when you meet one, you instantly friend zone them? Shaking my head. So this woman is just leaving a traumatic relationship and this guy's upset that she didn't respond well to him immediately making it about his dating life. I want to know, did they meet on some kind of dating app or is he just cold approaching this woman who's leaving this very stressful, upsetting situation? Not once have I ever heard a real woman in real life complain that there are no nice guys for them to date. In reality, the dudes that are the most compassionate and selfless probably won't have the boldness to call themselves nice guys. I don't think it's even necessarily the boldness or that they're too humble. I think they just have no need to. I'm a nice guy. You're a nice guy. Oh my God, you friend zoned me. Not gonna lie, these dudes are so chronically online that they think all women are just NPCs and they can get with the right dialogue tree option. I've never had someone treat me as nice as you have. Damn it, I can't this woman. Maybe it was because she said, you make me feel safe, and you cussed about how you're just there for sex. Yeah, just maybe that was a little off-putting for her. You are so nice. Oh, so you aren't gonna fuck me? I doubt she thinks of you as a friend, bruh. Automatic a-hole mentality is to take a shot at someone just coming out of an abusive relationship. The last thing most women want at that time is to be hit on. Most just want a friend or someone to be a decent human being, not to make it about themselves and their shot. I met up with a woman and we discussed this being a sensitive and painful time for her. I then suggested that we should have sex. That guy. Yeah, obviously it doesn't seem appropriate. I wonder if it's even a true story or if this guy completely made it up. I tried to send her a Bernie Sanders gif, but didn't realize links or gifs don't work. I don't want to hear anything about it being pronounced GIF. That is disgusting. OP says, I even tried to gently explain and give her an opportunity to apologize. Jeez. After this, I looked her up and she makes trashy Instagram beauty videos where she shills products hard and has like 3K followers. We say, hey, I love your hair. Platinum blonde is so cute. Do you also have an Irish accent? And then we say, I don't really do Instagram, so tries to send the GIF. Oh no, and the URL just shows up. Alex, attention seeker. She says, what's that you sent, huh? If you're saying I'm attention seeker, mate, social media pays well. And no, I don't do fans. I earn easily more than you do. I pay a high percentage in tax and national insurance. I'm constantly giving back to charity, which I don't capture it on social media. I help more people than you will ever in your lifespan. I work with brands people would only dream of. Not my fault I'm loved by thousands of people. Let's not forget, as soon as I started getting big money, I retired my parents when they were in their 50s. They don't have to worry about a roof over their head or any bills ever. If they want something, they will have it in their hands within a day. So yeah, attention seeker pays well, and I'm doing more than you will ever do. Based on the context OP gave, I can only imagine that this girl is role-playing a successful Instagram influencer. We say, it was a gif of Bernie Sanders saying, I am once again seeking your attention. Oh my gosh. Imagine having a crash out like this, and then you realize he's just sending you a meme of Bernie Sanders from 2020. Because you didn't reply to my last message, and your profile says you suck at replying, so I was trying to get your attention again. I don't have any issues with social media jobs. I think it's quite cool as long as you're doing something worthwhile that other people find valuable or enjoyable. Look at how sweet this OP's being after the tirade she just gave him. See, this is a sweet boy as opposed to a nice guy. She said, you messaged me on a Tuesday. Give me a chance to bloody reply. My life doesn't involve around a dating side of Facebook. I've got a job. I've got deadlines that need to be met before even replying to a nobody. If nothing before was, that would be more than enough for me. Referring to someone who just doesn't have an Instagram following as a nobody, you're just cooked. I did give you a chance. I sent you some playful messages, then I tried to send you a lighthearted gif. Your profile literally says, may have to message me twice, I'm shit at replying. I think you honestly need to just sort yourself out. You come across as a very rude person. And here's her profile where she does indeed specifically say, may have to message me twice, I'm shit at replying on here. All right, the last one we have here is, I used to put women on the pedestal and that kept me unsatisfied. And then we've got what looks like an AI generated LinkedIn post. Your mom is why you're still single at 30. He opens with a classic your mom zinger. Here's what she taught you. She told you, be nice, be respectful, treat women like queens. So you did. You opened doors. You paid for everything. You texted back immediately. You never disagreed. You became the perfect gentleman. And every woman you liked friend-zoned you because your mom raised you to be her ideal son, not a dangerous man women actually want. She taught you to be safe, pleasant, and agreeable. Women don't sleep with safe. They sleep with men who have edge. Your mom created a good boy. Women date bad men. I know, I used to put women on the pedestal and that kept me unsatisfied. Stop being who your mom raised, start being who women choose. Solution, control your emotions as a man and ignore them the right way. They will go crazy for you. Follow if you're tired of the friend zone. This is so weird because I exclusively sleep with my safe, pleasant, and agreeable husband. I don't actually know how to tell if something is written by AI. I can't really pick out signs the way a lot of people can, but this definitely gives me that feeling. This is a LinkedIn post. What the fuck? Well, this guy's about to get picked up for a podcast that no self-respecting man would ever listen to. I hate this myth that all women want a bad boy. I'm sure some do, but that's just not the case for everyone. But based on the wording and tone of this post, I can tell that there are other, much more serious reasons why women don't want to date him. Quote, you opened doors. It'll never not be embarrassingly funny to me how men talk about literally just opening doors. The craziest is the countless men I've seen threaten to stop opening doors for women if we insist on being treated as equals. Reach out hand, grab door handle, pull, walk in, and act so minuscule that people don't even think about it or remember doing it. But reach out male hand, grab door handle, pull, let a woman walk in first. Such a heroic, major effort and difficult task that women need to be relieved of and grateful to not have to do it themselves. A task deserving of credit and worthy of being on a list of their great selfless qualities, which of course need to be on social media for everyone to see. I am always grateful when somebody holds the door for me, whoever it is, but I had an experience a couple months ago where this older gentleman was stopping and trying to let me leave the grocery store before him, but I was still fidgeting with some things and I was further back from him, so I just said, oh, you go ahead. And to my surprise, he launched into a tirade about feminism and the end of chivalry and all of this stuff. And the only response I had in that moment was just to laugh in his face because I couldn't imagine anything reasonable to say. As my good friend later said, imagine a masculinity so fragile it can be shattered by walking through a door. Thank you so much for watching today. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one.